Reading Srimad Bhagavatam 427-27 Kalakanyodito vacho Nisamya Yavaneswaraha Chakir Kuhyam sa Sasmidham tam abhashutam. Kalakanya, by the daughter of time, Udita, express, Vachaha, words, Nisamya, hearing, Yavaneswaraha, the king of the Yavanas, Chikirsuhu, desiring to execute, Deva, of providence, Kuhyam, confidential duty, Saha, he, Sasmitam, smiling, smilingly, Tam, her, Abhashata, addressed. After hearing the statement of Kalakanya, the daughter of time, the king of the Yavanas began to smile and devise a means for executing his confidential duty on behalf of providence. He then addressed Kalakanya as follows. After hearing the statement of Kalakanya, daughter of time, the king of the Yavanas began to smile and devise a means for executing his confidential duty on behalf of providence. He then addressed Kalakanya as follows. Purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 5.142, it is said, Ekkale Ishvara Krishna Arasava Vritya Yarayachi Nachaya Se Tachehe Kare Nitya. Actually, the Supreme Controller is the personality of Godhead Krishna and everyone is his servant. Yavana Raj, the king of the Yavanas, is also a servant of Krishna. Consequently, he wanted to execute the purpose of Krishna through the agency of Kalakanya. Although Kalakanya means invalidity or old age, Yavana Raj wanted to serve Krishna by introducing Kalakanya everywhere. Thus, a sane person, by attaining old age, will become fearful of death. Foolish people engage in material activities as if they will live forever and enjoy material advancement. Actually there is no material advancement. Under the illusion, people think that material opulence will save them. But although there has been much advancement in material science, the problems of human society, birth, death, old age and disease are still unsolved. Nonetheless, foolish scientists are thinking that they have advanced materially. When Kalakanya, the invalidity of old age, attacks them, they become fearful of death. If they are sane, those who are insane simply do not care for death, nor do they know what is going on to happen, what is going to happen after death. They are under the wrong impression that after death there is no life. And consequently, they act very irresponsibly in this life and enjoy unrestricted sense gratification. For an intelligent person, the appearance of old age is an impetus to spiritual life. People naturally fear impending death. The king of the Yavanas tried to utilize Kalakanya for this purpose. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnanam Jana Shulakaya Chikshuzan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satpitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Saji Shadvitam Shabadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shruta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you for joining in on our Saturday Bhagavatam class. We are reading the fourth canto, 27th chapter, text 27, explaining about Kala Kanya, the daughter of time. Nobody wanted her, so Narada Muni sent her to the Yavana king. So the Yavana king began to smile and devise a means for executing his confidential duty on behalf of Providence. So this is an intelligent thing that he has been given a task to engage her some way or other, So Prabhupada is writing in this purport that how old age has been employed in the service of Krishna. Prabhupada writing in the purport that we all are servants of Krishna. Just like Kali, when he came to Parikshit Maharaj, he said, "You cannot stay in my kingdom." He said, "I am your subject, you have to give me some place to stay." He said, "All right." He engaged her wisely, right? You know where he put her, right? Wherever there is what? Meat eating, illicit sex, gambling. But then he said, in your kingdom these things are not there. So, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. If a Vaishnava king is ruling, then will there be such thing? He said, "No, please give me some one more place." He said, "All right, wherever there is excessive gold, you go there." So that's how Kali is, where money is the root cause of all evil. Yes? So he put her there. He put Kali there. So similarly here, Kala Kanya, she is actually daughter of time, and wherever she goes, the person will become old. I think I explained at length that class about old age, right? Wasn't it? Huh? I explained about Yayati and all that, right? Is it not? So now here he is going to engage her with the understanding that whoever gets old age, he will be fearing for death. Yes? Understand? So when the hair goes white color and the teeth loosens up, digestive system doesn't work so well, right? Wrinkles on your body, all these are symptoms of old age. Right? So when a person gets old age, he will be cautious because death is coming already. Right? In Bhagavad Gita, you know. You see this? Dehinosmi yata dehe kaumaram yavanam, and then the word what? Jara. And then when you see the word jara, tata, thereafter, dehantara, deha antara, pratihi. What is dehantara? I mean that. Dehantara means what? Changing body. Correct? And that means what? Death. See? Dheras tatra na muhyate. Krishna is speaking about this. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. So a person is not bewildered by such a change. So the subject matter is that the moment you get old age, you see the word to old age, the next stage is death. You know. So a person who is intelligent, he will try to what? Understand this. First thing you should understand that you cannot escape that. You cannot what? Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukha dosha anudarshanam. Nobody can escape this program. Nobody can, right? I think I also explained at length, death nobody can escape, correct? Yes? So you cannot escape death and you cannot escape old age. There is no possible. That's why it's the word is what? Dukkha, dosha, anudarshanam. Right? The word here is not sukha dosha, you know. It is what? I think we read, you know, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the moment old age comes, then all desire is finished. Yes? So that's why Krishna used the word here, dukkha dosha anudarshanam. So this is the reality of the body. The body goes through 6 kinds of transformation, and the end result is old age and nobody can escape that. I think it is there in the 11th canto, no? This transformation, right? You know where it is? This 6th transformation is there also in the 7th canto. Nobody can. They get some byproduct, they grow old and then they dwindles. Right? So it is explained here also. So there's 2 classes of man, you know. One who thinks that after death everything is finished, as Prabhupada writes in the purport. So they are foolish. They think that when you die everything is finished. Then there's another class, the intelligent class, they prepare for that. You know? See? You see this verse here? Jara marana mokshaye mama asritya yatantiye te brahma tad vidu krishnam adhyatma karma cha akilam. So this class, intelligent persons, these are considered as what? Intelligent persons. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. they are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. So there are two classes. One who say, I don't care about it, close the eyes, just like the what Prabhupada give the example of the what? The rabbit and the ostrich. When there is danger, he just what? Close his eyes and buries his head in the sand and say, no, I don't see anything. So therefore, finish. So that is one class. But here, you see, this is classified. Krishna is saying, this Krishna is speaking here. Intelligent person who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. In other words, you can escape this program, but that only this is by one way. Taking shelter of Krishna, because you take shelter of Krishna, he says here, refuge in me in devotional service, you can escape. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. So in other words, they come back to their original position as spirit souls. Another thing is not only just they take devotional service, they escape. It says here also, very interesting. Gunanetan atityatirnam dehi deha samutpavam janma mrityu jara dukkhai. Is it the word? Again, janma mrityu jara dukkhai vimukta amrutamashnute. This word, you see the word? When the embodied living being is able to transcend the three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age and their distresses and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Right? See the point? So one point Krishna says, you take care, shelter of me, you can escape. And here he is saying again, if you go above the modes, then you also escape. Not only escape, you also enjoy. A real enjoyment is when who can enjoy when you are thinking of old age and death? Can you enjoy? You cannot enjoy, you be in fear. Right? It is explained here. Here again you see the word etad vidwan puramrityu abha vaya gateta saha apramattayidam gyantva martyamapi artha siddhidam. A wise person, knowing that although the material body is subject to death, it can still award the perfection of one's life, should not foolishly neglect to take advantage of this opportunity before death arrives. So this is exactly an intelligent person's, viewpoint. It does not act like a foolish person who just said, "Oh, this is life. We have to die anyway. Who cares?" Correct? And they say now, especially the doctors, they use this term, quality of life. When a person got cancer and is going to die, they say, no, we should try to give him a quality of life. What quality of life you can get when you're going to die? Firstly, your mind is in a mess, correct? Huh? I remember they were saying this thing. No, we should give them the quality of life, enjoyment. So they think to enjoy to the end of life is the quality of life. Right? But you see here, this is a different subject here. A wise person, knowing that although the material body is subject to death, he does not make plans to forget about it. It says here, it can still award the perfection of one's life. We should not foolishly neglect to take advantage of this opportunity before death arrives. That means a wise person, he should prepare for old age old age, I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe buy some crutches or wheelchair. I don't know what else can do. What else can you do if you become an old man? That is about all you can think of. But at least you can prepare. Right? Yes. That should be the consciousness. Eh? Without attachment, a bird gives up the tree in which its nest was constructed. When the tree is cut down by cruel men who are like death personified, and thus the bird achieves happiness in another place. Knowing that one duration of life is being similarly cut down by the passing of days and nights, one should be shaken by fear. In this way, giving up all material attachment and desires, one understands the Supreme Lord and achieves perfect peace. See? Again, the same thing. Krishna said what? Mam asritya, correct? 729, right? So you want to come out of this, take shelter of me. Again here. Similarly cut down by the passing of days and night, one should be shaken by fear. So this is Kalakanya's job. To what? To drive into us that, hey, look, we're not going to mess around. In this way, giving up all material attachment and desire, one understands the Supreme Lord and achieves perfect peace. Until and unless we connect ourselves to Krishna, there is no question of peace. This is the verse, no? Right? This verse very famous. Nirdeham madhyam sulabam sudurlabam palavam sukalpam guru karnadharam maya anukulena nava swatiretam puman bhavabdim na tarat sa atmaha. Human body which can award all benefit in life is automatically obtained by the laws of nature. Although it is very rare achievement, this human body can be compared to a perfectly constructed boat, having the spiritual master a captain, the instruction of the personality of Godhead as favorable wind, impelling it on its course. Considering all these advantages, a human being who does not utilize his human life to cross the ocean of material existence must be considered the killer of his own soul. So knowing this is going to happen and we ignore, that means we are an animal. We are what? Animal. Remember that verse, who can, knowing that material life is full of frustration and misery, how can one act like a goat? What is that, dog or an ass, is it? Yes? Huh? Huh? Yeah? See? You know this is a mess. You will come back to this verse 14. No? Uddhava said, my dear Krishna, generally human beings know that material life brings great future unhappiness and still they try to enjoy material life. My dear Lord, how can one in knowledge act just like a dog, an ass or a goat? So see the comparison. If we are not going to wake up, or we are not going to wake up to the reality that yes, I am going to leave this body, and prepare for that, that means what? We are no better than an animal. Yes? Yes? Right? There is no back button here. The back button is not there. We used to have a back button. See that?
There's no function F3.
Function F3.
Escape.
Okay, I'll go ahead. So, the body which is very rare, the human body which can award all the benefit in life is automatically obtained by the laws of nature. Although it is very rare achievement, this human body can be compared to a perfectly constructed boat, having the spiritual master as the captain, the instruction of the personality of God has favorably been impelling it in its course. Considering all these advantages, a human being who does not utilize his human life to cross the material existence must be considered the killer of his own soul. If he does not take advantage of this body to sail out, I think that's a verse, that the Lord was not happy, He created all these animals and all that, correct? And He became very happy after creating the human body. Why? The question was, why He became happy by creating the human body only? Because only with the human body the living entity can escape the cycle of birth and, I think it is there in what? Nirlokama, this Bahuja, what was that? Sudurlabham, Sulabham, is that verse? 11.9, no? What is that again? We'll come back. We'll come back here. 11:20:15. No, 17. 11:29:22. No, this is 29. I think it is 11:19. 11:19. Just one chapter before this. 11:19:29. I won't see it here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead expanding his own potency, Maya Shakti, created innumerable species of life to house the conditioned soul. Yet by creating the forms of tree, reptiles, animals, birds, snakes and so on, the Lord was not satisfied within his heart. Then he created human life, which offers the conditioned soul sufficient intelligence to perceive the absolute truth, and he became pleased. That point? After creating a human body, this is why this verse we are reading, this human body is very rare. It is not that always we can get this body, it's rare. Having obtained this body, we should use this body for its purpose. If I use this body for simply eating, sleeping, mating, defending and live like an animal, then I have wasted the valuable chance. Each thing has a purpose, correct? If I use this for wrong purpose, then I am a fool. Yes, this is says here. See, that's why I say the next verse is very, very important. What is this verse? What is this one? This verse, very famous verse. You see this verse here, Labdva sudurlabhamidam bahu samvante. This word here, Manusyam arthadam. In Sanskrit, Manusyam arthadam anityam apiha dhira. This word, there's so many. Manusyam arthadam means full of value. Anityam means not permanent. Apiha dhira, one who is intelligent. Turnam yateta na patet anumrityum yavan. This is a very important line here. Alright, just going to read the Sanskrit. After many, many birth and death, one achieves the rare human form of life, which although temporary, affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as this body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. That's the point. The point is that a sober human being should quickly endeavor for ultimate perfection of life, as long as this body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. That means it is a warning signal. When I am getting old age, it is explained here, you better get ready. Right? When Vidura, he went to his Dhritarashtra, right? Yes? So why are you trying to do? Your teeth is shaking, you can't see, and so many things are going on, and still you want to sit in this kingdom and enjoy, correct? Remember, you were giving very hard language, Right? Can you take out that verse for me? He was old and he was trembling, and can you help me? The Vidura is talking to Dhritarashtra. I think we can read that, quite a good subject to put in here. Right? See how detrimental it is. You understand? As long as the body which is subject to death has not fallen down and died, right? After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for human beings. Correct? Can you see that? This is very important verse. What is it? 113. 113? 2 verses 113 what? 113 what?
Few verses. 21 onwards.
113:21. Your father, brother, well-wishers and sons are all dead and passed away. You yourself have expended the major portion of your life. Your body is now overtaken by invalidity. Another word for old age is what? Invalidity. And you are living in the home of another. See? So he is saying like this, and he says, you have been blind from your very birth. Recently you have become hard of hearing. This is a symptom of old age. You cannot what? I see every time advertisement for hearing aids. You know. That means the country is having aging population, no? All what? And they say this is very small and tiny and fits your ear very nicely and they see their consciousness. They are trying to alleviate the problem. You see? But here the answer for this ear problem is what? Recently you become hard of hearing, your memory is shortened and your intelligence is disturbed. Memory is, intelligence is, and your teeth are, denture now, implant. I mean, look at that. See, don't worry, we'll fix you up, the quality of life. Understand? See, your liver is defective. Don't worry, we'll give you a hepatitis injection, every kind of steroid and all that. Or if it doesn't work, like some people are doing, liver transplant. I know old people also getting transplant is a bit crazy, you know? Correct? And you are coughing up mucus. Prabhu, this is an example, classic example of someone who is what? Right? See? Read it again. Very nice. Huh? In case you are not going there yet. You know, I mean, I am going any moment. You have been blind from your very birth. Recently you have become hard of hearing. Your memory is shortened and your intelligence is disturbed. Your teeth are loose, your liver is defective and you are coughing up mucus. This is exactly what this old age brings you about. Right? When the liver is defective, you cannot have good digestion, no? Yes? Alas, how powerful are the hopes of a living being to continue his life. Look at that. Alas, how powerful are the hopes of a living being to continue his life. You see this, Vidura is saying, verily you are living just like a household dog and are eating remnants of food given by Bhima. Bhima is the greatest enemy of Dhritarashtra because he killed all his sons. He just hates him, you know. You know, when the war was over, he said, where is Bhima, where is Bhima? And Krishna brought the iron form that Duryodhana was practicing. And he brought it there. And this is Bhima here. And he embraced him so hard that the iron form became ashes. That much anger he had on Bhima. And now he is eating. You see how he is using the word. And you are eating the remnants of food given by Bhima. How much he is trying to wake him up. Yeah? There is no need to live a degraded life and subsist on charity of those whom you try to kill by arson and poisoning. You have also insulted their wife and usurped their kingdom and wealth. Because this is the Mahabharata story goes on. So, but you can see the symptoms. Now, what we are trying to describe here is the symptom of how a person, is it that word is used just now? Is it the word? Huh? What is the word just now? Huh? Less. How powerful are the hopes of a living being to continue his life? Understand? Hope against hope. There are two different parallels. One who is simply thinking that he will never die, and another one is preparing for death. Right? You see? So this bhava ausadi. This bhava means what? Birth, death, old age, disease. Medicine. What is the medicine for this bhava ausadi? What is that verse? Huh? This is bhava ausadi. See that? No. What is it? निर्वृत्त तस्य उपगीयमाना bhava ausadi. Bhava ausadi means medicine for this disease. Chotra manobhiramad ka uttama sloka gunanuvada puman virejita vinapasuganad. See? So one who is living like an animal or one who is eating animals is the same thing. Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead performed in the Parampara system, that is, it is conveyed from spiritual master to disciple. Such glorification relished by those no longer interested in false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Such glorification is relished by those no longer interested in false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Description of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such glorification of the Lord except a butcher or one who is killing his own self? This is such a perfect verse. Yes? Understand? In other words, if we live like an animal, then this kind of thinking will never come. Then you will become like an animal. How to escape, hope against hope, go for transplant, go for what? Implant, what? So many things you do. What? Botox, this tax, that tax, so many things. Correct? You understand? But for one who is serious, if this warning sign, immediately he start preparing ready. Preparing for what? Time is coming, I better become serious. I start becoming more concerned and improving my spiritual life. That should be the objective. And that can only be done if we take this right medicine. What is the medicine? Take up this spiritual process of surrendering to only Krishna. Nobody else can save you, not the demigods. The demigods also cannot save you. It's not possible. You see, they themselves admit. They say, sorry, we cannot do this job. What is it? 10:51, what? Demigods also cannot save you from death. I think it's $20. They themselves admit you cannot go to any of them and get saved. Not possible. Hey, let's see the Sanskrit. Varam vrinishva badram te rite kaivalyam ajyanaha eka evaiswaratasya Bhagavan Vishnu Avyaya. See this verse? All good fortune to you. Now please choose a benediction from us. Anything but depression. Anything but, since only the infallible Supreme Lord Vishnu can bestow that. And nobody else can save you. Nobody. Nothing can save. Only one person can save us. Who is that? Right? So better to become safe. Better start chanting Krishna's name now. Yes? Nothing else in Kali Yuga will work. Only thing can work is the what? The chanting only. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Just now we read, no? By doing this, you will not even grow old. Right? We read this now? Huh? By chanting, you become what? Youthful. You that means not going to die. You're going to die still, you know. Not that you become youthful and you won't die. You're going to die anyway. I understand. But you're going to die once and finish. No more dying. That is intelligence. A proper use of intelligence. You see, we use the word. One who is intelligent, one who is wise. Right? There's so many verses, right? Is it not? So therefore, anyone who is really, serious about his spiritual life, he simply should immediately take, correct? Therefore, this is another verse that we haven't finished. Transcendentalists, having become disgusted and hopeless in all endeavors for material happiness, completely control the senses and develop detachment. By spiritual practice, he should then fix the mind on the spiritual platform without deviation. That should be the purpose. He should become disgusted with this thing. It's not that he tried to adjust. Understand? Especially when you grow old, everything becomes, a mess. All happiness leave you the moment you become old. So what they try to do? Patchwork. No, the teeth is falling, put dentures. Correct? Eyesight is a problem, put glasses. Correct? Ears is falling, buy this what? Hearing aids. Right? And then if you cannot have your genitals a problem, take this Viagra. There's no problem. I imagine this nonsense. Understand? They are teaching you to go other way. They are teaching you to destroy yourself. You see? Complete nonsense. See? Whenever the mind been concentrated on spiritual performance, the deviation, you should carefully bring it back. You think that, because the mind will be very weak when you grow old. So here it is advising how we should get our mind under control and chant Krishna's name. Krishna is explaining about how to practice, the process of how to chant Krishna. But the best thing you can do is chant Hare Krishna, and in this way the mind will very quickly be, when a person is disgusted with the temporary, illusory nature of this world and is thus detached from it, his mind, guided by the instruction of his spiritual master, considers again and again the nature of this world and eventually gives up this false identification with matter. With the instruction of the spiritual master, you cannot do this on your own. Trying to just escape your birth, death, old age without the help of a spiritual master is difficult. As it says here, under the instruction of spiritual master, take the guidance, just like Vidura. He went and saved his brother, correct? Yes, the same way. We have got ample instructions, right? Krishna says, no? Krishna says here. If the conditioned soul become Krishna conscious, the mercy of saintly person who voluntarily preach scriptural injunction and help him to become Krishna conscious, the conditioned soul is liberated from the clutches of Maya, who gives him up. See? This was माया मुग्ध जीवेरे नहीं स्वत कृष्ण ज्ञान जीवेरे कृपाय खैल कृष्ण वेद पुराण. To help us to understand all this, the spiritual master gives us the knowledge from the Veda Puran. See? The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort. But out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literatures and supplement the Puran. That's why instead of reading the Puran, we are reading something else. Correct? Yes? And by reading all this nonsense, then we get influenced to think that we will adjust. Just now we read the word. We must become what? Disgusted. The problem is that we are not getting disgusted because we have been preached to by all these so-called, doctors, health specialists, whatnot, taking us on the wrong path. So, all right, I think it's going on too long. Any questions or comments on these points raised? Is there any questions in the? No questions, huh? All right, so we'll stop here then. Thank you again. I wish you will never grow old.